If you ever wondered, can you make money from no money at all? My good friends, that is possible. Well, I'm going to introduce us today to a concept that is called infinity returns. And for some of us, we might not know what this is because we are used to what is called return on investments. Today's deal, it's an infinity returns, which means that you can make money with no money. And for the rest of your life, that money could be incrementing. I'm introducing you to a deal, my good friends, where you can start off to make 4,000 Rand per month every month. And as the year progresses, you are going to be making more because year on year, you're going to be making some more money. Oh, TJ, it is a scam. Oh, well, if you don't know, then it is a scam. But anyways, in real estate, there is a term, actually in investments, there is a term that is called infinity returns. And I'm going to explain that by the end of this video. And I'm going to show you, my good friends, a very good deal that we're going to do. So welcome, buckle up, pull up your braces, and make sure that what is that thing again you put in your mouth? A good friend of mine, we were walking by the other day. I didn't know that he wears, false teeth. And he says, we're going into a bumpy road. TJ, let me remove my teeth. I'm like, say what, bro? But anyways, it's a side note. One of my investors who's an elderly guy. And it's a joke that we've carried on. But nonetheless, the deal that we're going to be sharing with you, my good friends, it is today, in today's deal, right? There's so many lessons. So I'm just going to say, welcome to the family meeting. In the family meeting, take some notes if this is new to you. And over and above that, we can also learn how to make some money. But more importantly, one of you who's a subscriber here on this channel is going to be able to buy this property. And I bring out to you, hey, if this is your first time of meeting me and this is like you like this kid, who is he? I am TJ. I do real estate. I buy properties for myself, for my family. And within that, I've been able to retire a long time ago, and real estate allows me. I'm still working though. I work for my family and I'm still putting money, but our lifestyle has been sustained with the real estate that we've been buying over the years. What do? I do student accommodation, I do these flips, and I do buy to lets, and I am going to explain that. So let's start by talking about buy to lets, because I think that's a comfortable conversation. A lot of us, we understand this, and then we're going to dive into the deal. What is a buy to let? Today's deal is a buy to let. Exactly what it is. Buy and you let, right? It's not complicated, isn't it? Right? I think a lot of us, we are accustomed to buy to let. So basically you buy a property and it's for the purposes of investing. It is a strategy. I like to do it. It's not the best paying strategy, but I like to do it still. And you're providing housing to families. You're providing house to professionals, young people, old people. It don't matter. But the bottom line is that it is a buy to let. Now, there's actually banks that have come up with products. They call them buy to let lending. And they can take in a certain X amount of the rental income so that they can be able to borrow you some more money. So buy to let is a good strategy. You should try it out. Hang 10, today's deal is a buy to let. So as I speak, now we understand what is buy to let, because maybe some of us we didn't know, eh? Oh, okay. The next thing that I want to explain is this particular property that we're going to be showcasing today. It is what is called a semi. The full name is semi-detached property. So what does that mean? It means that it is one earth and there is one property and another one, and they are attached together like this, ne? So you get a 3 bedrooms here, right? And you get another 3 bedrooms here. And these are 2 properties that are together. But the good thing about this particular property, it's got these 3 bedrooms that I'm talking about, and another 3 bedrooms here, and bingo, a cottage on it. And I'm buying it for a good price. and one of you here is going to be able to snatch it. Whoever who's a subscriber here, you can reach out to us. Our hotline number is right here, and it is basically called +2778 422 6647. Over and above that, my good friends, or you can reach us on the link that I'm going to show right here. As you can see it here, it basically says www.thetjtribe.com/myflip, and my flip is got a dash in between, but you'll all be able to see it as well in the description. And you can let us know who you are, what are you looking for, how much money do you have for a budget, so that we can go and find those good deals for you. And that's what we're all about here, finding you good deals. So let's jump on to speak about the semi. The semi that we're talking about, it's like you're almost buying multiple properties on one earth. And my good friends, if you've been in the old neighborhoods, this particular property, it's in an area that is called Boksburg. And I took a drive, and whilst I was taking a drive there, I went out with my crew, and I was just trying to get a feel to see, can I buy in this area? And in this area, it's a beautiful area. You can see there the properties are being looked after, and people are still looking after their gardens, which is amazing. Have a look. That's so beautiful. But nonetheless, if you are to look at all of this, it tells you that the real estate is still strong, because people are looking after their assets, right? So let's jump on into today's deal. Like I mentioned, it is a semi, and I also did say that. So I've given you education what a semi is. I've given you education on what a buy-to-let is. Now let's go on to the next education, which is infinity returns. Now I am going to go through the numbers first, and then we'll come back to infinity returns, and hopefully you can be able to understand this. And if you don't understand it, no problem, my friends. You can come to school. The school is opening next year, and you can join us. We can teach you a little bit more. Now, we are buying this property. Let me show you a couple of pictures first. And here you go. And we are buying this property for a whooping 700,000 rand. With that 700,000, my good friends, I've got some additional cost of up to 277 in the acquisition of the property. There's an attorney, there's some renovations that is needed, that kind of stuff, and that's 277. So I'm all in on this deal for 977. Now, it's a potential flip also. When I looked at this deal the first time round, it was just from a flipping perspective. However, it also happened that when I looked at it, I don't just look at deals with one lens. The other lens that I looked at is, can it become a buy-to-let? And bingo, yes, it was possible for it to be a buy-to-let. And so I'm going to show you the numbers. But I also want to illustrate that with 977, this year is going to be able, you're just going to be able to buy the property. So now the property is yours. Then what? Option number 2, the lens that we're going to look into this deal, or should I say the first strategy that we're going to look into this deal, is, can we flip it? All right? For some of you who are go flippers, can you flip it? So that's the first thing that we're going to look at it. Remember, I said we're buying it for 977, right? 977 is what we're buying it for. We have already identified 700 is what we are paying the two properties for, together with the cottage. Oh yeah, and 977 is what we are paying for. If we are to renovate these two properties, right, together, we are of the view that at minimum 1.3 million you'll be able to sell both of them. That's like at the bottom end. You can push the boundary up a little bit, But at minimum, you could be able to sell it at 1.3, and that will give you a whopping 22% on your money. You put in 977, you're selling at 1.3. The difference there, subtracting the agent's commission, you are going to be hitting 215. That's the first strategy. Is that a good strategy? I don't know. For the flippers out there, maybe. For this guy here, no. I wouldn't like to do it that way. I've got another option that I want to tell you. And that option is the infinity returns. Now on the infinity returns, right? It's about now that we've bought this property and we now own it cash. What I'm going to do on the same property, it's going to be amazing. I'm going to show you this. Hold on. Let's go back to the numbers again. Remember, we bought it for 977. Now we own the property. We've done the reno. I am of the view that we can refinance. Actually, it's not a refinance because you already own it, right? So you can just finance it. Okay? So I think the word refinancing could be misleading there. We can finance the property, but this time round, if I finance it, I can finance it up to 1 million. The valuation on this thing is sitting at 1.56 million, right? But I'm not going to finance the entire 1.6. I am just going to finance, or I am saying that you, the subscriber to our channel, it's a strategy that you can do. The first strategy is that you can just buy it and then you can sell it. Make your 22%. Second strategy is what we are talking about here, which has the potential of giving you infinity returns. What do I mean? Remember your 977 we have put into the deal, right? And now you own the property. There is existing tenants. Tenant number 1 on the 3-bed is paying 8,000. Tenant number 2 on the other 3-bed, they're paying 8,000. Tenant number 3 is paying 2,000 on the cottage that is there. Collectively, a whopping 18,000 is coming from this property. Now, my good friends, in the event that we go to the bank and then say to the bank, can you borrow us up to 1 million rand? Yeah, 1 million rand. Our property is worth 1.5 million. And please, can you also just make sure that the transfer fees are included in there, and we take a 20-year bond, 30-year bond, it don't matter. And we are going to be paying at 12%. 12%, that's like a worst case scenario for someone who's managing their finances. You could get much less. There's a good bank of mine that's been giving me around about 10% of late. And my primary bank has been like just below that. So you can get less than what I'm giving you now, right? So 10,700 is what you can be able to pay on your million. Just talking about a million here, right? And with that, it basically means that your initial capital that you have bought the property with is now back in your pocket. Hold on. The same property, if we run all the expenses, which is rates and taxes for the 2 properties, insurance for the 2 properties, property management for someone else to manage this property for me, and maybe all of that, I am banking 4,000 Rand 600 every month. Now, how do you calculate that? It's returning. So some people are like, so TJ, what's the return of investment? Well, your money is not in there. The definition of return on investment, it basically says, is a calculation for the monetary value of an investment versus its cost. Return of investment formula is then profit minus cost over cost. So if you have invested, let's say 10,000 Rand from an effort of, let's say 1,000, your return on investment will be around about 90%. Does it make sense? Makes sense, right? Okay, that's how you measure return on investment. Now, let's go to infinity returns. So infinity returns, I'll put it right here on the screen for you to read. But don't take for granted me. Don't take TJ as whatever TJ says. I'd like you guys to just, everybody that I roll with, I encourage you, understand this terminology, understand the game, do your own research, due diligence, learn. So, maybe you've never heard what is infinity returns. Well, here it is. Infinity returns, especially in real estate investing, the concept of infinity returns is that when the deal scenario, which is exactly what I've given you scenarios, right? 2 scenarios here. It happens when the investor is able to recoup their initial investment while continuing to generate additional cash flow and grow their investment portfolio without investing any more of their personal capacity. That's what it says, infinity returns. And this deal, my good friends, is what it can give you, because as you pay off the bond over the years, basically what's going to happen, your bond is going to be paid off as you go in and your rent is going to increase. So basically this 4,000 rand that we speak about per month, 5 years from now it won't be 4,000 anymore. 20 years from now, when your bond has been paid, it won't be that much anymore. The value of your property would have grown. And you get all of this from TJ. I'm bringing you great deals here. So let me know in the comments, is it a great deal or not? But more importantly, I did say one of our subscribers would be able to get this deal. So more importantly, if you got the mullah and you want to go ahead and buy this property, I'm here to facilitate this deal for you. And bingo, you can buy it for thyself, and thy family can have thy infinity returns if you are going to keep it, or maybe you are just going to flip it. My job here is to bring you good deals. It is I, TJ. I will check you out on the next video right here at the TJ Tribe. Boom, boom.